Good evening everyone and welcome to your Co-op Community Stadium for tonight's Vanarama National League North match between Leamington and Oxford. My name is Ethan Gardiner. Yes, I am new here if you don't recognise my voice, and I'm joined by Max Passantino for tonight's action. Looking forward to it, Max?
I am, yeah. It's been a while since we've played Oxford City, almost a decade, and hopefully build on our good record ahead of the FA Cup.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's been a very positive start for Leamington as well, and beaten, I think, in the last 5, right? Competitively, Oxford, of course, up and running and at the weekend, their first win of the season against Needham Market. 3-0 home win for them there, so they'll be looking to come into this one as well for a result. But it's going to be an interesting one, and we've got the lineups for everyone tonight. So Leamington have made one change.
It's a good side from the breaks, a strong side with Antlin obviously coming in after scoring the winner at Alfreton against Farsley at the weekend. But Oxford City, a strong, experienced side with some good players on the bench. Obviously, Brad Stretton, Coventry Academy. They'll pose a very tough threat. I wouldn't look at the league as a gauge to how Oxford are.
And the referee today is a certain Ben Robinson. Now, you may not recognise his name. The last time he actually refereed a Leamington match was back in 2023. Not one you'd want to remember, a 5-1 away loss against Fylde. So hoping for some better fortunes this evening. Burley just waiting for his options, and a bit physical play there from Parker. Burley and Parker play it between them. Stewart in there to try and win it. Parker's got the ball deep in the corner. He puts it across. Not a great touch from Theo Street. It's shot by McEachran and a great save in goal by Callum Hawkins. Called into action for the first time on his 90th appearance. Gets down well, parries that one away. Oxford all the way back now in the midfield, looking to rebuild.
A good save from Callum Hawkins, but that will give Oxford the confidence that they can break into the breaks line.
Riley Mitchell to take yet another Oxford City goal kick. Looking along for Josh Parker. Loses it again in the air to Ward. He's claiming a foul again, Parker, nothing doing. And Quainer ends up intercepting that one. A late challenge as Dole Charles wins it in the midfield. Leamington were expecting a free kick, it's not been given. McEachran on the edge of the area lays in Andre Burley. And it's cleared by Theo Street. Roddy tries to head it down in the midfield, but it's won well by Walker. A chance at a counter-attack from the breaks here. Walker's got Landers looking out to the right-hand side. Lynn down the middle and Stewart to the left. He plays in Stewart on the left-hand side. Good touch, but it's taken away from him. Oh, and that's controversial. It's been given as a free kick to the away side. And I believe that's a yellow. Is that for simulation from Stewart? I'm not too sure. He's been given a yellow card. He went down under a challenge, but he's been given the yellow card. Well,
that's a bizarre couple of moments in the head of the referee. I can't remember who quite it was. I think it was George Ward who was taken down about 10 seconds after he'd played the ball down here. And Callum Stewart has just been booked for simulation in the box. The free kick's being taken halfway up the pitch. And he's been booked.
I'm fairly neutral to this because I'm new here, but I'm baffled by that. He's going to go long yet again on this one, looking for Parker again. Parker this time uncontested, he flicks on, and Burley's going to try and get there, but Ward does really well and comfortably passes that into the midfield. There's Williams, Dole Charles, and that's a good pass. And Landers is out on that right-hand side. He's got Meredith with him. A chance to break here for the hosts. Meredith plays in Landers on that right-hand side again, shaping up, plays the ball into Lynn. Lynn's going to flick on, and there's Meredith, and it's a goal! 1-0 to the hosts. It's a lovely, well-worked play down the right-hand side between Meredith, Lynn and Landers, finished off by the right-back. Leamington FC 1, Oxford City 0, Max.
It was fantastic play up on the right-hand side. Landers, Meredith, Lynn, all involved. And Dan Meredith, those goals are very rare, but it was a fantastic finish from the right-back, and we are deservedly ahead, and I don't think anyone could argue with that.
No one could argue with that indeed. Some interesting decisions tonight, but in general, the play has been better. They've been steady defensively. Oxford, for all their possession, haven't really caused any issues. And every time the breaks have gone forward, they've caused problems. That was a particularly fluid attack, as you say. And for Dan Meredith, that's just a 3rd goal for Leamington, I believe, in what is his 169th appearance. Quainer back to George Ward. Assured for Ward, all the way back to Hawkins. Hawkins, it's not the best ball, but Walker does well to salvage that situation in the midfield. It's deflected to Dan Meredith. He's looked for a crossfield ball. It doesn't find anyone, but there again to win the ball in midfield is another. It's a strong performance really down this left-hand side from Stewart and Walker. They're working really well together and forcing some pressure, and that's actually fallen to Doyle Charles in the midfield. Another misplaced pass from Oxford. He tells everyone to calm down, plays out to Meredith in the right-back position. Forward into the Oxford half. Dribbling on the ball. Plays it into Williams. Williams under pressure, and he's actually lost the ball there. Parker is going to go from the halfway line. And it wasn't a million miles away, but it is easily caught by Hawkins.
Look, if Oxford shots are all restricted from their own half, I will be a happy man at full time. Once again, Oxford giving the ball away, Leamington attacking.
So there's probably a reshuffle going on in the Oxford defence. Throw-in taken by Meredith. Zennelim called straight into action, but not in a positive manner. There's 3 Oxford players crowding this ball, letting it go out. And that's a controversial throw-in going in their direction. And here is Zennelim to take it just inside the Leamington half, but he throws all the way back to Cole Pakawa. Pakawa plays it back to the goalkeeper Mitchell, who's going to hit that long. He's looking for Joshua Parker. Parker again marshalled by George Ward. He's been really solid at the back, but the ball does drop to Potter. And Potter's going to play in McEachran, who's going to take a dig. And it's just wide. Just wide of the left-hand post. Low from McEachran. He was under pressure. It wasn't the most powerful shot, but it was placed, well, actually not placed well, just wide of the post. Hawkins didn't have to get a touch on it. It's gone for a goal kick.
That shows you just what Oxford can do. They're a good attacking team. And McEachran, any sight of goal, he will have a go, and he was very close there.
Fleet, deep in his own half, plays it long right out. Lewis Coyle now on the right-hand side, under pressure from Stewart. He's got Burley in support. Burley bringing this forward. Plays it to Parker, who's adopting a lot more positions on that right-hand side. He finds Coyle. Coyle's going to make a run. But he ended up playing it to Ashby across the Fleet. Now out on this left-hand side, there's plenty of space for Zennelim. The ball does come to him. Meredith coming short and doing a good job of holding him up. Has to force the play off to McEachran. McEachran with a nice flick. It's going to go into Zennelim. He's at an angle. Not a great shot from the angle from Zennelim. High and wide over the corner of post and bar on this left-hand side. It's actually cleared the trees behind the ground. And tomorrow there's going to be a farmer finding that one. Fleet bringing it forward. Coyle back to Burley. Burley across. And here's Ashby. Ashby's got Roddy to his left. Roddy finds Zennelim, who's in a left wing-back kind of position, very advanced. He's trying to go past Landers. Manages to get a cross in, but there's no one there. Streets, clearance though, not too convincing, but Landers is there to sweep up. Doyle Charles now on the edge of his own box. Oh, and he's almost caught there. But Meredith ultimately puts his foot through it to help out his teammate. Headers in the midfield. Doyle Charles, a powerful effort, and Kelly Stewart's chasing this. He's going to get there ahead of Roddy. Kelly Stewart's winning one-on-one. He's turning the defender. Penalty! It's a penalty to the breaks. Stewart brought down. It was Cole Pakawa that brought him down. A yellow card to the away side centre-back. And ultimately, a hard-earned penalty, Max.
Definitely a really good break. Once again, the Oxford defence just seem... they lose concentration whenever a ball comes over the top. Callie Stewart knows they're going to lose concentration whenever the ball comes over the top, and it was a pretty easy run through. He's dummied the defender and won a penalty like a player who's been playing in the National League North for years, yet he's not, because a few years ago he was playing for Coventry Sphinx. He was indeed,
but he's made the step up to this level incredibly well, and that was just another display of his ability, and he's set to take the penalty. Could tuck away another goal for the season. Inexperienced keeper he's up against. Referee's blown his whistle. Up steps Stewart. Will he tuck it away? He does! No mistake made. Leamington 2, Oxford City 0 from the penalty spot. Callie Stewart with the goal. And a very firmly placed penalty, Max.
Just rewards again for some good attacking, good counter-attacking play from Leamington. It was a fantastic finish from Callie Stewart. Sent the goalkeeper to the wrong way. Inexperienced goalkeeper, and you could really tell that by how early he jumped. But another good finish by Callie.
Well, I don't want to strike with commentator's curse, but we're halfway to a third successive 4-0 home win against Oxford City. Yes, the happy hosts here as Mitchell takes the goal kick, looking long. Ward again wins it in the air, but it is going to drop eventually to Oxford in midfield. McEachran battles to win the ball back, turns and faces. He's got Ashby in support. Ashby's going to take a shot. Oh, and it was going into the top left-hand corner, but it's a diving acrobatic save from Hawkins. He does well there, considering he's not been called into action too many times this evening. An assured save on his 90th appearance. And it's a throw into Leamington in the left-back position. Quainer over it. But when the stats people for Oxford look back on tonight, they're not going to be looking at some nice reading.
as the Leamington fans serenade Henry Landers, who's high-fiving every single fan he's walking past in front of the Harvey Lane end there.
Oh, and Callie Stewart's going to be after this one again. Oh, and it's a mistake from the defender, Roddy, who's headed it, and it's in! The ball was played long, and Roddy headed it over his own goalkeeper, Mitchell. Stewart gambled, he got there ahead of both of them into an open net. He had his arms out in celebration before he even tucked it away. Leamington 3, Oxford 0.
Well, this has got to be one of the worst defensive performances I have seen in the National League North. Oxford City look all lost at sea, and it's all Callie Stewart's gain. He knew it was in before the ball had gone in. He celebrated before the ball had gone in. Leamington 3, Oxford City 0. We're 3/4 of the way there.
We are indeed 3/4 of the way there. You know, I wasn't 100% serious when I mentioned a third consecutive 4-0 win, but I wouldn't put it past this team tonight. And that's Howlers of the Season YouTube territory. That is genuinely, it's a terrible miscommunication. And the corner taken in. Oh, and it's a dangerous delivery. It's going to come back out to Dan Meredith on the... Ooh, and he puts it wide. Wasn't a bad effort on his weaker foot.
I have to say, Dan Meredith goals are rare. 2 Dan Meredith goals in one game? Surely not, but if it happened, it would happen against this Oxford side.
And the ball's won back, I have to say, rather easily on that left-hand side. And it's played long now to Berridge. He's going to put... Oh, and it's given away again by the Oxford defence, but that's good play from the keeper, Mitchell, who manages to ease the scenario, and Oxford have actually won a free kick in the end there, but my word, could have been yet another mistake at the back. It's a corner for the away side, a rare foray into the Leamington attacking third. Well, the ball into the box is dangerous. It's going to fall to the feet of McEachran, and it's deflected and in. Oxford City have the goal back that Max said they needed.
Well, that's poor defending from Leamington, actually, from the corner, where they haven't really been tested tonight, but the ball's come out inside your own box. You probably should have a man attacking that ball, but it was all too easy for the goal scorer to fire past Callum Hawkins. Nothing much Hawkins could do with a big deflection before that.
It was a large deflection that took it into the back of his net, and honestly, again, it wasn't the best clearance. It fell to the feet of, I believe it was McEachran who ended up shooting there. Now Oxford have their goal back. Mitchell ushering the attacking players into position as he's going to try and pick them out. A quarterback-like pass, but he's looking for Parker again, and I could have told you all night that that wouldn't work, but the clearance from Street is sliced, so Oxford do get something from it. They get a throw in attacking position. Taken quickly by McEachran. He's got Parker and Azenalim for support. Azenalim finds Ashby, and here's McEachran. Been lively, McEachran. He finds Azenalim. That's a nice little bit of feet from Azenalim, who finds his way into the box and crosses just too high for Andrews, and it's going to go out for a throw-in on the right-hand side. Apparently there was a defensive touch. It's an Oxford throw-in, taken quickly back to Burley. Burley to McEachran, who's been everywhere, but it's well in by Edwards. Oxford do eventually recover the ball, and Azenalim works his way into the box on the left-hand side. He's got McEachran. McEachran with a flick, and Ashby with an attempted chest pass doesn't quite find his man again, but the clearance is only as far as Azenalim. Oh, but he's trying to be too fancy there. He just manages to get the ball off to Ashby under scrutiny from Stewart. McEachran and Ashby. Ashby's going to work around and try and find a shot here. And the jeers from the fans tell you everything.
I don't know, but for the first time tonight, I'm sitting on the edge of my seat nervously. I think the chairman's pacing up and down nervously in front of us as well. I don't think Oxford City are out of this yet. I think there's a few more chances to come their way if we carry on the way we are.
Yeah, the ball is slow coming back to the pitch. Hosts not wanting to give it to Azenalim. A long throw, but it's given and will give it away. Ward clears, but that's going to go as far as Fleets, who brings it down for Burley. Oxford with all the ball now. What can they do with it? Carbon on that right-hand side. Great ball into the box, but cleared. It's brought down in attack. And actually, that's great hold-up play from Berridge. And he's played in Stewart down this right-hand side. Stewart with loads of space to run into. Pakawa in front of him. Step over, shot over the bar from Stewart. Perhaps tried to be a little bit too clever there up against this man. Pulled the trigger eventually, but it was over the bar. Tried to go for power, not placement. And it's a goal kick. Riley Mitchell stood over it.
There's the hat-trick chance for Callie Stewart. You're not going to shoot from there if you're on a hat-trick, so it's the right occasion.
Well, if he scores that hat-trick, he gets the match ball, of course, and my player of the match, I would think.
Yes, definitely.
Well, the goal kick is taken, but there's a foul in the midfield, apparently. Doyle Charles holding his man Stretton. The referee's given that one, and Oxford are going to throw everything forward for this. Ashby takes it quickly, actually. Not enough time to set for either side. He's got the ball back in the midfield after a quick 1-2 with Stretton. Burley plays it out to Carbon. I think I can comfortably say that Lewis Coyle is the man that went off for Jaden Carbon, looking at that right-hand side. Ashby in the midfield for Oxford. Tries to play that, but there's bodies in the way, and it's actually going to come out with Ewan Williams. Down that left-hand side now, Rowe. He's looking. Oh, and it's a great pass to Berridge. Berridge has plenty of ground. He's got Stewart to his right. He finds Stewart. Stewart pulls the trigger. It's 4-1! And it's a hat-trick and the match ball for Callie Stewart. Leamington FC 4, Oxford City 1. Wow, Max.
Well, we thought he spurred his hat-trick chance a minute ago, but that's so good from Tim Berridge. Tim Berridge looking for his first Leamington goal, but still had the awareness to see Callie Stewart making the run on the right-hand side, lay it off. It's a thoroughly deserved fourth, and it really puts us in a good stead for Saturday.
I've got to say, we've got a very, very nice angle on this side of that goal. He tucks it beautifully into the just inside the post in the bottom left-hand corner from the right-hand side of the box. It's a really well-taken finish. The board's just gone up. We're going to have 5 minutes added time.
Does that mean the fifth goal's coming?
It could mean a fifth goal is coming. I said last time that this referee refereed Leamington. Leamington lost 5-1. Perhaps they could win 5-1 this time. That'd be a nice turn-up. Hawkins stood over the goal kick. He's going to play that forward. Zenelin brings it down for Oxford. Going to bring this out to the left-hand side. He had an option down the right for the switch ball, chose not to do that. Finds McEachran, the goal scorer for Oxford. He plays it back to Ashby in the midfield. Ashby now plays it out to the right. Here's Burley. Burley finds Carbon. Carbon's been tricky since he came on. Perhaps would have warranted an earlier introduction. He hits a cross that comes off Quainer, but there's the full-time whistle. Full time at your Co-op Community Stadium. Leamington FC 4, Oxford City 1. What a result for the Breaks. Your reaction, Matt?
Yeah, fantastic performance. Well-deserved 3 points, well-deserved 4 goals. It gives us fantastic confidence heading into the FA Cup as the Leamington fans sing "We Are Going Up," rather in jest.
Up into the playoff places. I can see why the fans are chanting. There's a long road ahead, but what a warm-up this has been for the FA Cup third-round qualifier away at Harbour at the weekend and for the season ahead. Thank you all for listening in from your Co-op Community Stadium. The game has ended Leamington FC 4, Oxford City 1.
Paul, a good night here today. 4 goals, 3 points. Unfortunately, not the clean sheet, though. Your thoughts on the game?
No, really good game. Did we just deserve to score 4 goals? Yes, I think we did. You could argue that for their efforts and their play, they got in some good areas. The score could have been anything really. It's probably not the type of game we're used to here. It was quite open. I think over the last couple of months we've been just trying to get us to play a little bit more through and just come out, switching play a bit more, and we were probably allowed to do that. We were brave enough to do it. You've seen the start of the game, it was nip and tuck, and you could see their strengths, always looking to play through you, always looking to break your lines, brave passing into the 9 runners off it. But we always looked at it on the counter in that period, and that was probably, I think when you analyse the game at the end, you think, well, probably are playing the right hand side first half. The link up between Dan and Henry at times was phenomenal. That goal, was, I thought Dan was going to ground the goal at one point. We kept running, but no, it was a super play. We did well. We got the ball wide. We always thought tonight if we were, and you had to be brave at times. It was tight in the middle of the park. Had to sometimes get a difficult passing to get it there. but we got in lots of 1-on-1s, 2v1s. I thought they were electric down that right-hand side first half. That was the difference between the two sides first half. And then second half, I can't say being clinical, can I? Because we missed a few chances. Probably at the end, but I think in the game we were clinical. I thought, our counter-attacking, the pace we had. We scored some good goals tonight as well. Scored goals at the right times. And after watching these play on Saturday, where they dismantled who we know are a really good side, Needham. They're a bit like that Oxford at the moment. They're sort of there and there, aren't they? But I can see why they won 7-0 in the FA Cup and why they dismantled Needham. But it's probably where we are at the moment. Probably we've scored 4 and missed a few other good chances as well. So that's, from our point of view, that's really, really pleasing. I was pleased with the level of the game as well. The game's a really good game, and they played their part in that as well. But there's lots to like about us tonight. Really, lots to like. Sometimes when you bring players in or step them up from the league below, you're just trying to get them to understand the structure of the club, the level they've got to play at, the decisions they've got to make, how hard they've got to work. Sometimes takes 1 or 2 of them a while to get used to. But you can see the improvement now in 1 or 2 of them coming. And all bodes well. We're thin on the ground at the moment. We've got a couple of injuries and a couple of knocks, but whether it was Saturday at Farnsley or tonight, we've got some good characters. Got lots of heart. And that gets you a long way in football.
You just said there it was a very good team game there. Lots of great performances, 9 out of 10s, but one person who's probably going to get all the praise today, Callie Stewart with his hat-trick. Thoughts on that? How proud are you for getting his hat-trick today?
Oh, great, yeah. I mean, he's, he works tirelessly for the team because the amount of, every game it's 13, 14 Ks. The team comes first. We play him in a sort of, because the system we play, he plays off a striker, plays wide a lot, does so much structural work for the team, but then he's always a threat. We always try and get him higher and narrow as much as we can, but even give an example, probably at second half, I thought when they changed the system and the left-sided lad come on, they had a spell in the game, and Henry blew up a bit, which was understandable because Henry really wasn't meant to play Saturday. I was planning to give him some minutes Saturday, maybe starting tonight after his injury, but he's ended up doing a 90 and a 60, so you can understand that. But I put Callie over there just to fill that void, which one, he'll do that defensive work for you, but he'll also run, he'll stretch the other way, and it'll stop the wing back or the left centre half coming out, and it's. I think with Oxford, because they're a kind of side that keep going, they don't sort of at 3-0 they kept coming and put an extra man up front. The manager trying, and you got back to 3-1 and had a chance to go 3-2. So that's the way they are. But it does give us a chance the other way. It was great spectacle for people to watch it. I enjoyed the game, the amount of chances in the game, and and obviously the likes, people like Callie, who we know are sort of really with all that work as well. He's a really good 6-yard, 18-yard player. Plays off both feet. Scores all types of goals. So listen, he's they said he couldn't play step 3, and he got 28 today, and he definitely can't play step 2, and he's about 6, and so he's doing all right. He's doing okay. He's a good kid, great kid. We got very fortunate to have 4, 5, 6 in the same mould as him. That kind of age, and young, hungry, hard-working, energetic boy. So it's lovely to see him getting some rewards for the hard work, really. It's been a good couple of weeks for us. We've just got to keep it going and set us up for what will be a really difficult game on Saturday, obviously, against a really good team. But we look forward to it now. Go there in good spirits, but we'll have to be at our absolute best to try and get anything out of the game.